Hi there, I'm Anna and I'm thrilled to welcome you to my channel. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to all of you who have subscribed over the last few months, and for those who have purchased my complete travel guides. Your feedback has been incredible and I'm so happy to be of assistance. Throughout this journey, I've received on my social media accounts a lot of questions regarding Porto about how to navigate the city and information on hidden gems. Therefore, I've decided to make this video to answer some of these questions for those of you who want a stress-free trip to Porto. So grab a coffee and let's begin! One of the most asked questions has been, are 3 days enough to visit Porto? Well, from my experience, between 3 to 5 days is just the perfect amount of time to visit Porto. On my last visit to Porto, I spent 4 nights there and it was just perfect. During my 5 days, I also took a day trip to the lovely city of Aveiro, so I got a chance to explore Porto but also its surrounding area. It really depends on your travel rhythm or style. I for one love to take it slow, enjoy my mornings, plan 1 or 2 activities per day, and just focus on taking in the pulse of the city by wandering the streets and observing the locals. When deciding how many days you want to spend in Porto, please keep in mind the first 2 days can be quite physically challenging. The hills are everywhere and are no joke, but you'll get used to it very quickly, and by the end of your vacation, you'll actually grow to love the hills and the free workout. Cheap spots to eat near the river. Most of the restaurants are on the Porto side on Cais da Ribeira, but there are quite a few terraces also on the Gaia side. Due to their amazing view of the Douro River, the prices on some of these terraces are quite expensive, and unfortunately there are many tourist traps. I recommend you just grab a drink at one of these terraces, enjoy the view of the Douro River and Gaia, and if you want to taste some great Portuguese food, I suggest you move just a bit away from the Douro facade and try Escondidinho do Barredo. It's really close to the promenade, but the food is much better. On the Gaia side, we tried Casa Portuguesa do Pastel de Bacalhau and also Restaurante Casa Dias, which is a local and cute family restaurant. After you have your lunch or dinner, you can enjoy the wonderful views of Gaia, Porto and the Douro River by strolling along the promenade, or even at Jardim do Moro, alongside live music and other Porto lovers. What is the best area to stay in Porto? I recommend the Ribeira neighborhood, which is considered to be the center of town. The area is quite extensive, but I recommend you choose a location which is close to the riverside. In this way, you are close to Cais da Ribeira and their famous views, but also to some of the most popular landmarks in Porto, such as Sé do Porto or Cathedral of Porto. More details on all the areas that Porto has to offer you'll find in my Porto travel guide. What are some great spots for sunset? Due to the hilly streets of Porto, I assure you that anywhere you are in the city, you are very close to one of the beautiful viewpoints that the city has to offer. They're called Miradouros, and our favorite one was Miradouro da Rua das Jaldas, from where we enjoyed the beautiful view of the Douro River, the Ponte Luís Bridge and Gaia. If you want to enjoy the sun drop over beautiful Porto, I suggest you go to Gaia to Jardim do Moro, where you'll find local artists and musicians that are there to create an enchanting atmosphere for other sunset chasers and music lovers. Another lovely spot in Gaia is Pedra dos Gatinhos, which I'm sure you've seen on many videos online. It is a very popular spot because it offers an iconic view of Porto and the Luís I Bridge, and at sunset the view is just magnificent. All of these locations are included on my Google Maps list on my Porto travel guide. What day trips can I take from Porto? Porto is the perfect home base to explore some of its surrounding area. It is very easy to just grab a train from São Bento station and take a day trip to one of the lovely surrounding towns. I recommend you go on a day trip to Aveiro, nicknamed the Venice of Portugal, which is just 1 hour away from Porto. Another great option is Braga, one of the oldest cities in Portugal, also just 1 hour away from Porto. You'll find all the details on transportation in my Porto travel guide. Do I need a car in Porto? Absolutely not. Porto has a lot of steep hills and narrow streets, so a car would really prove difficult to drive. You would have to have full insurance and extra care, and even then it would be quite challenging to navigate the city. With the right public transportation cards, you'll navigate Porto easily. How touristic is Porto? When is the best time to visit? Porto is quickly becoming one of the most popular cities to visit in Portugal after Lisbon. I was surprised to see a lot of tourists there in October. I recommend you go in shoulder seasons such as May or October, November. The weather is lovely with lots of sunshine and the number of tourists is significantly lower. However, that may not always be the case. Porto is a vibrant city that attracts a lot of people from all over the world, and that may be part of the charm of the city if you choose to see it in this way. Where can I eat a good Francesinha? Francesinha is one of the staple foods here in Porto. It is a recreation of croque monsieur from France, but with a Portuguese twist. I tried it at Donna Francesinha Porto. The prices are reasonable and the food is delicious. However, come hungry because it is not a dish for the faint-hearted. It is packed with 3 or 4 kinds of meat, eggs, fries, and a special spicy sauce. However, I recommend you try it at least once, as it is a local delicacy. You'll find more restaurant recommendations with personal reviews on my Porto travel guide. Are there any good fado bars in Porto? I recommend a lovely place called Fado Portuguese. It is located on the Gaia side, and the food is terrific. The place is always packed with people, and the Fado Performance is amazing. To enter such a club, you would have to make a reservation online and book a table in advance, and you will have a minimum consumption requirement of 30 euros. Don't forget to reserve it in advance, as the place gets packed quite quickly. The Fado show usually starts at 9 p.m. What can I do if my check-in is later in the day? I recommend you leave your bags at a locker facility and go about your day in Porto. I used Luggage Lockers, Clerigo's parking, and it was just perfect. You can book a locker online on their website in advance. Then I would go to one of the many lovely cafes and brunch places that Porto has, such as Honest Greens or Lazy Breakfast Club. Then I would take a stroll on Cais da Ribeira to get the first feel of Porto right at its essence. I would also take a walk on the Louis I Bridge, which offers magnificent views of Porto, Gaia and the Douro River. You will absolutely love it. And these were my 10 tips on visiting Porto. I hope I have clarified some of your dilemmas regarding Porto. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe for more travel insights on Spain, Portugal and other European destinations. If you have any more questions regarding Porto, please feel free to leave a comment below and I'll make sure to make a further video answering those questions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.